I still think baseball's the greatest game in the world because it's just so unpredictable. There's no way that I can sit here and complain about anything that we did. We didn't make an error. They pitched beautifully. They fielded beautifully, with the exception of a couple of errors. We didn't so-called go through the motions. We played hard. We played solid baseball. I mean, you look at the pitchers' numbers, and I mean, it's just one of those games that you tip your hat to the other club and be ready to go the next day. But it still doesn't change anything the way I feel about getting my fan beat. But I do tip my hat to that ball club. They did a great job.
Mike Ryan, Clark War Champ. I know baseball's a different sport in that sense where losing one game doesn't mean as much as it would, let's say, in a sport like football. But, I mean, what effect, or does this sort of effect have when you lose a season over? I know it's the fourth time in your career, and the last 2 times you did it, you went to the College World Series. So, does it happen?
Keep preaching. I like that, Ryan. You asked a great question, and I'm going to answer it just exactly the way it needs to be answered. It has no effect. If I thought losing the first game had an effect on us going to the College World Series, I'd lose every first game of the year that we ever play. I'd take a dive. So no. And the reason is, and it's an even better question to answer this way. What if that was last year's club with 4 or 5 freshmen in the lineup? Now you got a little different feeling. But this ball club, experienced, had a guy that's pitched in 3 super regionals, or 2 super regionals, Drew Carlton. So I mean, it's just one of those things that we will get over, and we will be ready to play tomorrow. I'm not saying we're going to come out and win. I'm saying we're going to come out. I will make this prediction. We'll get more than 1 hit. I'll make that prediction. I don't ever make predictions. I don't make predictions on 2-foot putts because I've missed them.
Coach Wayne Tallahassee, Democrat. How impressed were you with Carlton coming out, gave up 2 runs in 5 2/3, but it seemed like a solid outing from him, gave up no walks?
When he kept battling the whole time he was out there, there were a couple of things that an inexperienced pitcher would have kind of lost his composure possibly and made a bad pitch. I thought a ball should have been caught when he was out there. Turned right around, kept battling, and got another pop up. I thought Drew had a very good outing.
Mike, Joe Reedy, Associated Press. Just what were their pitchers doing to kind of keep you guys off track or off rhythm during the game?
Joe, I think you can look at the last guy, the first team All-American closer. He threw 2 fastballs to 3 hitters. I would guess he threw 11 pitches total. Well, I got it here. I don't see NP on here. Me and the SID got to have a little conversation. Always got to have the number of pitches on. Anyway, I'm guessing he threw 11 pitches and 9 of them were breaking balls or changeups. And it wasn't average breaking balls, it was late. So I think the big thing is we've just got to understand we don't get a lot of fastballs in hittable run scoring situations. We don't get a lot of fastballs, and we got to be disciplined.
Is that just something early in the season with seeing breaking balls? Just pitchers are ahead of hitters at this point in the season?
I would say that those young men would make it hard, that pitched against us tonight, it would make it hard for me to say they weren't ahead of us. But I think the big thing tonight was when we had a chance, they pitched beautifully and we chased a couple and made him feel good. If you take those pitches and you force the guy to throw the fastball, good things can happen for you if it's so-called a hittable fastball. But you gotta credit them.
Coach Kurt Weiler, Tomahawk Nation. You had Rhett and Wright, JC in center. Q hasn't played a ton of firsts lately. How do you evaluate how those guys kind of did in their new or maybe the positions they haven't played as much lately?
Thought Q did a very good job tonight. The bunt that the guy beat out was not a play in which it was so-called his move. That's a play that obviously we work on in practice, and it wasn't executed correctly, but give the guy credit, he put the ball down right where it needed to be put. But I thought our right fielder, you said out with our center fielder made an outstanding play on the throw to third. The right fielder has not played a lot out there. Probably should have caught that one ball, but it didn't end up costing us a run. That's the thing that we talked about when Drew kept his composure and got us out of that inning. I think it's just one of those nights that you could say, what if? That's the great thing about this game.
Coach, back in this, I think it was the seventh inning. I mean, you guys didn't have a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities to score this game, right? I believe it was the seventh inning. On first and second, JC Flowers was up with no outs. Were you considering a bunt at all in that situation to move the runners over?
No, because JC, this is the way it works, guys, ladies. He's a tough guy to double up. And what he do? He hit into a double play. But he had a good at-bat going. He battled. The first game he's ever played in these surroundings. That's the way we try to play, is when we get the tie and run to the plate, we're gonna be swinging the bat. We're not gonna be bunting. The only time that we might bunt is if the third baseman is in a deep position, he bunts for a base hit. I love that play.
So even with a more veteran player, the bunt's not.
No, with the seventh inning, that means we had 9 outs for them to get. And we were not gonna give them one of them. He had just hit the previous hitter. We were looking for something we could rip and hit the ball hard. Just happened to hit it right at the second baseman.
Thanks, guys.